Hi, I'm Uncle Mark. Welcome to the channel. Just going to change the fog light bulbs in my Grand Caravan. Thought I'd bring you along for the ride, see how they come apart, what they look like, and if it's something you want to try or not. It's not too difficult, but it's not going to be the easiest one you've ever done. So basically what you're going to have to do is get it through the wheel well here. Now there is a way that you could, I guess, try and stick your hand in this way, but you're going to need both hands. I don't think you're going to be able to do it like that. Do it the way I have been doing it. What I do is I take my tire off. I have to have the vehicle up on jack stands and a good jack. I'm using a hydraulic jack, and this inner fender has to come out, or partially out. Just held in with a couple screws and a couple clips. This one has basically just Phillips screws. The rest of it just kind of pops in behind the fender. Not hard to get at, and then a couple of plastic clips there, and there's one at the bottom here. So basically, get your Phillips screwdriver and take these out. Now they're just going into plastic. They're just going into that inner black fender well. That's what they look like. Nothing out of the ordinary. To get those two out and onto the plastic clips. Maybe I'll try this one first because that's the little tougher one than those two. I'm using a special door panel tool. Makes it a little easier to grab around them. If you get one of these, you'll find you use it for a lot of different things. Now this one's just going into a piece of plastic that's behind it, and everything wants to move around, so I had to kind of use some leverage to pop it out. You see what it actually went into. That's kind of what it looks like. Nothing too fancy. If you break yours, bring the old one with you to an auto parts store. They can probably get you something that's close. You can get them from Chrysler, but they usually tend to be very expensive. There's two behind here. I thought I'll just pry behind this big plastic piece, and chances are that that clip will not do what it just did. Sometimes they're in so tight. If you use your little door panel tool, it wants to pop them around just like that. It's like, man, probably these things get rocks and stuff like that stuck in there, and they just don't come out as easily as they would have if the van was new. That's what it looks like, and it looks kind of mangly, but it'll be good enough to put back in there. So this piece is actually sitting behind the fender, that edge of the fender, so just going to have to lightly bend it a little bit. As long as it's not super cold out, you know, it's above 50 or 60 degrees out, you shouldn't break it moving it around. And you can either just go in behind there. I'm going to actually try and flip it around behind this strut. For two reasons. It's going to make it easier for me to access it, and it's going to be a little easier for you to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to sit it behind the rotor here. Just going to kind of jam it in there. Be careful though, if yours is already broken, it may not like all the manhandling or person handling, whatever kind of handling this is. This is what it looks like inside here. It's just this white piece, and I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll show you how you can take it apart. So that's how the connector comes out. You just press that, and then you'll need both hands. This way I already got it out. The bulb's still in there, so you'll need a little screwdriver to gently pry. There's a little finger holding it in there. You might be able to see it while you're in there. Depends. There we go. Don't panic, I'll show you a couple different angles of this and how this clip really is in here. So if you did it this way with the connector still on, that's fine too. Press the button and pull. So let's take a closer look at this. So you kind of see what it looks like and how it's going to go back in there. You can always stop motion this and just take a look at those clips and see they basically squish in. That's probably the easiest. Squish them in and pull it out, but I had a little bit of issue with that. whatever works for you, right? At least you know how it is. The new ones only go one way. You see this 2 lines here on this one side. The other side only has 1 groove. So if you're fighting with it and it doesn't want to snap in, you probably have it in the wrong way. Just flip it around. Try and get this guy in here now. This should snap in too. Of course, everything should be easy, right? And sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. So now we just have to put the inner fender well back together. Probably easier if you can try and get the part that goes inside or behind the fender first. And we can worry about all these clips. Doesn't really matter what order you put them in. You'll be able to move it around. I'm going to probably do these ones first. Oh, that other one's still in there. Remember, it didn't want to come out and I forgot to take it out. Hopefully it comes out easy. I'm going to spray it. Hopefully a little bit of spray got in between that and the body. Yeah, that was tough. A little mangly looking. I think it'll work to put it back in. If you had new ones, might as well use new clips. It's not going in very easy. But it's got some of that spray on it, so there you go. I'll spray this other hole. And more of that other clip is too. There it is. It'll make it go in a little easier. I don't think it'll affect, it's not going to fall out. Look how tight it is. Probably the way that it's got like little fingers stuck on it, they're probably bent all the wrong way, and that's why it's so hard to get it back in. Now we've got this one. Looks the same. Get your position a little better. Line the holes up, and hopefully it'll go in. And yeah, that went in okay. Now what have we got? Try and line this back up. There's those 2 little screws in there. Might have to move the plastic around left and right, up and down till the holes show up and line up. Then you can finger thread probably the screw into this, just going into a little plastic. You don't want to tighten it too much because it's literally like 1/8 inch soft plastic. And then get your screwdriver and tighten them up. Like I say, just snug will be good. Get those 2 done, and then we can see what else we got kicking around. Make sure that is right. Oh, somehow that popped out. Want it to be behind that metal lip. Yeah, that looks better. What do we have left? Did I forget anything? I don't think so. You see how I got my jacks under here? I actually had 2. I had the front jacked up on both sides. And the jack stand just in case. And that's this side. Put the tire back on. The other side is going to be a lot easier to do. You don't have to take the tire off. But you will need it jacked up a little bit. So of course, you want to snug them all up, and then I'm using a torque wrench. Not 100% sure what the torque's supposed to be at. I usually do 110 foot-pounds in a star pattern. Just keep going like every second one around and get them all done. And then I'm going to go to the passenger side to show you how easy this side is. We're just about done. Look, it's right there. It's exposed on this side. Yeah. Makes it a little easier. So safely having the passenger side jacked up. You can reach it just from underneath. One just popped out. So we know how this all comes apart. Those are those little tabs you have to push. Unplug it. Stick the new one in. Actually, I'm going to lightly dribble some WD-40 on the gasket there. The O-ring. just then it slides back in. I'm actually going to put the old one back in because this side was fine. Make sure it snaps in, same as the other side. It only goes in one way. Make sure it's nice and tight. Plug it back in. This side's easy because once you have it plugged in, you just have to get out from underneath the vehicle, take all your jacks out, and you're done. So I would think that it actually seems harder than it really is. Once you start taking that stuff out there, it's not rocket science. Hey, if I can do it, you probably can too. Just expect you're going to need some jacks, proper jacks. You need a jack stand because you don't want it falling off of, don't use the factory jack. No, don't do that. Anyway, at least you know what it's involved, and if you're going to pay somebody to do it, you know why. You know, it might take them half an hour or so. It depends on if they have a hoist or not. Please give me the thumbs up if you like the video, and if it was helpful, if you learned something. You can also subscribe down in the corner. Finally got that link working again. Wasn't working for a long time. Also, if you have a Grand Caravan, how about a playlist? If you're not familiar with that, right here, see the big blue circle? Just above that, well, running right through it is that yellow flashing arrow. That points up to a card. It should be showing you right away. Click on that, it brings you to the playlist. Whole bunch of Grand Caravan stuff, and I'm adding to it all the time. Until next time, I'm Uncle Mark saying thanks for watching and spending a little bit of time with me. You and your family stay safe. Please subscribe and you'll get all the notifications. It's easy. The little dog will show you how. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Just above here, the blue circle with the flashing yellow arrow above it. Oh.